Hey tech heads, Vina here. Welcome back to the channel. So I got a lot of good feedback from you guys on my last video where we took a look at some of the surprising EV sales stats for October. So today I thought we could look at the latest data for November. And I finally have detailed stats for Australia and Germany. By the way, did you guys know that the BMW iX3 is also made in China? That's kind of a surprise for me. Okay, here we go. So let's start with Australia, which has only recently started with electromobility, and Chinese brands often choose it as their first market. For example, the BYD Seal has already started selling in Australia. In Europe, we are still waiting for sales to start, and by the way, the price in Germany is not that interesting at all. So, electric vehicles, or EVs, accounted for 7.7% of the 112,141 registered vehicles in Australia in November. The top spot in November in Australia goes to none other than, okay, you guys probably already know what I'm gonna say. Yes, it's the Tesla Model Y with a huge lead over the next car in line. So, I can understand the Tesla Y's positioning here. The longest range is probably very attractive and highly valued in Australia. But the second place is a bit of a surprise. It is the MG4, a car that scores points on the price to performance ratio, has no major weaknesses, and a great drivability. So they even started selling the 77 kilowatt hour battery version first in Australia. It's kind of cool. In third place, we have the Tesla Model 3, which again is not a big surprise. What is a surprise though is that they removed the turn signal lever in the current Highland model, not caring about states with roundabouts, for example. Again, they are way too far in the future, but like, I'm driving the car now, so come on. But what definitely is a surprise is the fourth place. That's the BYD Atto 3, and right behind it in fifth place is the BYD Dolphin. So we already have 3 affordable Chinese EVs in the top 5. It is a shame that unlike the MG4, both BYDs are front-wheel drive, which is not the best thing for an EV. It just needs to be a bit wet out, and you'll know what I mean. In sixth place, but with far fewer units sold, is the BMW iX1, followed by the Volvo XC40 Recharge. Then we have the 8th place, which is the Kia EV6, which I personally quite like, but unfortunately its infotainment seems a bit old-fashioned nowadays. The Polestar 2 with Android Automotive, which is in 9th place, is definitely a different cup of tea, and it's still my dream car. Then the November table is rounded off by the Mercedes-Benz EQA in the 10th place. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I definitely find the Australian market to be very interesting. Do you think that we can predict future sales in Europe based on the rankings here? And also, why are Chinese cars so much cheaper in Australia? Any ideas there? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Another market that I found very interesting is Germany. So in November, plug-in car registrations year to date were 469,565, which is up by 28% from last year and makes up an 18% market share. PHEV registrations, on the other hand, were 157,830, which is actually down by 46% since last year. And they make up 6.1% of the market share. Topping the list in Germany is the Skoda Enyaq, which significantly outperformed the Tesla Model Y in second place. So, shocker. So, could it be that German drivers are more interested in classic interiors with levers, buttons, a driver display, or at least a head-up display? I think so. Next up, we have the BMW i4, which confirms this trend, followed by the Volkswagen ID4 and 5, which again contradicts it with its crazy touch steering wheel. The BMW iX1 fought its way to 5th place, followed by the Tesla Model 3. Then in 7th place is the ID3, which has improved its interior a bit after the facelift, but that crazy touch steering wheel still remains. Okay, 8th place goes to the Fiat 500 Urban Mini, to which Volkswagen and Skoda still have no good answer. I mean, they do, but only in marketing visuals, not in real life. Then in 9th place is the Audi Q4 e-tron, followed by the Cupra Born in 10th place. So I actually considered the Cupra Born myself briefly, but I was so disappointed with the test drive that I ended up canceling my order. To me, it's such an out-of-tune car, and I do think that for me the disappointment was definitely compounded because I had driven to the dealership in my wonderful e-Golf, and the difference between these two was just very stark, and it did not bode well for the Cupra. Anyways, it's clear from these stats that Germans are not too keen on cheap EVs like the MG4 or the Dacia Spring, which are only 13th and 14th in November sales. However, whatever your impression of the German market, the overwhelming victory of the Škoda Enyaq confirms just how many wrong decisions Volkswagen made when developing the ID family. Alright, so those are the sales stats for November. Thank you for watching. As always, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you in the comments, so make sure you leave one. If you're not subscribed already and you enjoy my videos, I encourage you to subscribe and also hit that notification bell. And of course, your likes, shares, and super thanks are seen and very appreciated. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.